Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently crossed a major political milestone, overtaking Jawaharlal Nehru as India's longest-serving democratically elected Prime Minister. But in the backdrop, there is a sharper question being asked from within the political commentary space. Does Modi now need a Nehru-style organizational reset? The idea behind it is that the government may be overloaded, the party machinery may need fresh energy, and a Kamaraj Plan like shake-up could send senior minister back to strengthen the organization. So is this the moment for Prime Minister Modi to bite the bullet? Joining us live is senior journalist, political commentator and member Prime Minister's Museum and Library Society, A. Surya Prakash. Thank you so much, sir. Let me come to the question straight away.
Thank you.
Why does Prime Minister Modi now require a Kamaraj Plan?
I mean, actually, in his third term, he has completed 2 years. For example, if you look at his first Council of Ministers, which was formed in 2014, and then there was a cabinet reshuffle and changes and so on. And then some years later, in the second term, there was a major reshuffle in 2021. So actually, I was just looking at this. Among 2014 cabinet ministers, very few have survived among the cabinet ministers, I'm saying. And they include Rajnath Singh and Nitin Gadkari. Among ministers of state in 2014, Dharmendra Pradhan, Nirmala Sitharaman, Piyush Goyal, and Jitendra Singh. Later, of course, they got elevated. Then in 2019, Nirmala Sitharaman, Dharmendra Pradhan became full cabinet ministers later. And then in 2021, there was a major reshuffle. Ashwini Vaishnav was brought in. Prakash Javadekar, Ravi Shankar Prasad, several others were dropped.
Yes, correct.
Now,
correct.
As I have seen, Modi ji is not like Indira Gandhi or Rajiv Gandhi. He gives his ministers a long tenure, actually. In fact, I must tell you that it shocked everybody when I looked at the cabinet reshuffles of Rajiv Gandhi. After 2.5 years of Rajiv Gandhi in government, that is 32 months, he had done 22 reshuffles. When I put that out in the non-internet age, it took several weeks to collate that. People were quite shocked. In fact, his HRD minister, defense minister, the external affairs minister in Rajiv Gandhi's cabinet had a tenure of 4 or 5 months, which was absolutely atrocious. So Modi ji is different. He gives a long tenure for his ministers. Having said that, I will also say that, long years in government it takes its toll in terms of your energy levels, ideas. Many people can run out of ideas, isn't it? And secondly, don't forget, 2029 is going to be a major test for the Bharatiya Janata Party and Prime Minister Modi. He needs to induct fresh blood in and actually, prepare the party for 2029 and onwards.
Sir, do you think that for the first time BJP in its entire history after 1980 is uniquely dependent on one individual, that is Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
Yes, one individual, possibly two individuals. One individual largely. Now, what has happened? You and I know, and we are all those in the media, etc., who track government seriously. We are aware that Mr. Modi has been doing the heavy lifting for so many other weightlifters. So, actually, there is need for, a set of people within the cabinet who come to the cabinet with their own ideas. I know that there are many ministers who follow the instructions from the PMO and do it quite diligently. That is fine. But it's a good cabinet, very efficient cabinet, when the ministers come with their own ideas and you see that being implemented. And that is exactly what is needed in a nation of 1,500 million people. And Modi ji, actually, these 12 years, in my view, phenomenal success of the Prime Minister. There is no Prime Minister who can match him in terms of, just look at social sector, his commitment, to poverty alleviation, quality, improving the quality of life of poor people. It's simply phenomenal. So is the case with defense, telecom, digital India, railways, transport. I mean, the list is pretty huge.
No, I understand that, Mr. Prakash, but Kamaraj Plan was
Yeah,
both organization and a power reset. It did not do
correct.
one thing. It did
Yeah.
multiple things for Jawaharlal Nehru. All the heavyweights went out. They were supposed to be doing different things. So, what prompted you to use the word Kamaraj Plan?
No, the thing is, look at the Bharatiya Janata Party. It has 140 million registered primary members. It is the largest political party in the world. Let nobody have any doubt about it. Now, as compared to the Bharatiya Janata Party 10, 20 years ago, even when they were out of office, the energy levels, the activity of its general secretaries, this, that, and the other, I think there is a paucity of energy or the overall image of that party across the country. So that needs to be rejuvenated. Now, how do you do that? So that is how I speak of the Kamraj
But
plan.
but why
What
do you
happened?
but why do you say positive of energy when they are winning so many states? Then you can go to the Kamaraj Plan.
No, no, 1 minute. The phenomenal success in Bengal. Okay. But where is the party in the south? Okay. Now, whatever the successes in states or the failures in states, that's not the point. In my personal view is the party needs to be rejuvenated. So there are very eminent senior people within the cabinet who could possibly take up this role. That is why I speak of the Kamaraj plan. What happened in 1963 was, after the 1962 war, where we figured pretty badly vis-a-vis China, and the whole Nehru stock was down, and all that happened, and so they felt that something has to be done. Also, Nehru, I think, wanted Morarji Desai out. So anyway, this whether it was Biju Patnaik or Nehru, whoever thought of it, ultimately it was Kamraj who proposed it, and he was Chief Minister of Madras, and he said, "I will resign." And so all chief ministers must resign, all cabinet ministers must resign, and offer ourselves for party work. And then Kamraj became the president of the Indian National Congress. Many others were given these responsibilities, and Nehru accepted his resignation of 6 cabinet colleagues, including Lal Bahadur Shastri, Morarji Desai, and so on. Jagjeevan Ram, and then, of course, S.K. Patil, Gopal Reddy, and Sri Mali. These were the people whose resignations he accepted. Some of them were given some assignments in the party. But then Nehru passed away in May 1964, and so this whole Kamraj plan, this thing, went for a toss. But I do believe that some amount of reshuffle of responsibilities, more important, this is a general statement I'm making, irrespective of party. Long years in government disconnects ministers from the people. In fact, there is a murmur within the Bharatiya Janata Party itself that the ministers are disconnected from party cadres, party people who are prominent and active in the party. They feel that there is a disconnect as far as ministers are concerned. So, when you shift them to the party responsibilities, they will hit the ground again, and
Or
the
or is
grime
it
and
because of
dust
the
of
fact that the
building the party.
burden of
Pardon?
getting the votes is only with Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
Yes. So why not look at it this way? that some of these very prominent people who are in the cabinet, if we
Like,
were to give them party roles, to some extent, they would relieve the Prime Minister of that responsibility
like,
which he is shouldering.
like, like.
No, no, there are many of them. I don't want to take names now, but I will say that among the ministers, there are many who, on their own, have been very efficient and have performed excellently well. And I don't see why you should touch them. At the same time, if you do feel that is up to the Prime Minister, it is for his judgment, as to how people are performing in the cabinet. But there is a feeling that some amount of shifting from government to party may help. Also, more importantly, I'll just read this out to you.
But
Nehru
before you
told-
read that out, what I want to
Hmm.
ask you, sir, is that if you look at
Yes.
the Prime Minister, if
Hmm.
you are doing okay, well, or if you are part of the scheme of things, bureaucrats and ministers, people close to him, have enjoyed long tenures.
Yeah.
Whether he was in Gujarat or even in Delhi, look at National Security Advisor, such a
Yeah.
long tenure, so many bureaucrats who had retired, they have been given jobs, long tenure within the system of power. So going by his nature, you summed him up very well. Unlike Rajiv Gandhi, who was firing things from 4 to 5 months, Prime Minister Modi gives a long rope.
Yes, I would never advocate the Rajiv Gandhi formula. Having a defense minister for 4 or 5 months tenure. They're ridiculous. But Modi ji, I have found, despite all his stern exterior and all that, he's somewhere very soft inside. Even ministers who may not be spectacularly, efficient, he will keep them going. So it is just an idea from my side as to how you can rejuvenate the party, and I think that is very important, because where are you in the south, and what plans do you have for Uttar Pradesh, which is coming next year, and Gujarat and Uttarakhand and Punjab and Himachal Pradesh? What is the arrangements?
But
So
Mr.
for
Prakash,
that,
BJP sits
for
very
that
pretty in
you
Uttar
need you
Pradesh,
need a very
except that
efficient
Ram
party.
Janam Bhoomi Mandir controversy. I mean, if you look at it, there is no competition to BJP except from within in Uttar Pradesh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For
Thank
for
you,
such a riveting
Karthikeyan.
conversation on the party and a very a sort of a frank conversation you have had with me on the issues
Yeah,
which
thank
you
you.
think are important for the BJP, and to my viewers, this all have on point. Thank you.